There are realms beyond creation. Very few people traveled far to the beginning in scripture. Very few people. And when you start studying the subject of the beginning, one thing you discover is that there are many beginnings. Beginning will only be one if you are dealing with time. If you are within the framework of time, if you say in the beginning, all of us will come to the same spot. But when you are dealing in a realm that is beyond time, beginning will have many locations. There are realms beyond creation. And so when you start studying the scripture, you find many beginnings referencing many realities. There is a beginning Moses found, and he said in the beginning God created. In that beginning, God began the project of creating nothing, something from nothing. So that was a reference. There was another beginning John entered in John chapter 1 from verse 1. And he said, in the beginning was the Word. That beginning, God was not doing anything. God just existed as God. So the beginning of John references a person. The beginning of Moses references an activity. All of them called beginning, but different realities. The beginning of John is a person. If you journey with John to the beginning, you will meet God. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. So what John met in the beginning was not an activity. It was a being. But what Moses met in the beginning was an activity of creation. And so it goes to let you know that there are realms beyond creation. There are places beyond time. And such places, only God dwells there. No creation can travel there. We are only permitted to see from when reality began to play out. But there was a realm that existed before reality began. There are realms beyond creation. In fact, there was another beginning that Jesus referenced that Moses went to again. He said in the beginning it was not so. He made them male and female. That's another beginning. In that beginning, God began to deal with matters of socialization. So there are different kinds of beginning in God. But there is a realm beyond the beginning. The realm beyond the beginning cannot be referenced. That's where God goes into to plan things. And only God knows that. The reason, no matter how creative we are, we cannot be creators. At best, we can be inventors. Inventors produce things from what was. Only creator can produce from nothing. Inventors will need raw materials to create, but a creator doesn't need a raw material. That's the difference between a bara and an asa. A bara produces from nothing, so he can call forth air. Air does not come out of any, it calls it to existence from nothing to something. Only God has that authority. Now, when God was dealing in Genesis 1:26, he journeyed back to one of such places where nobody can enter. That's where the code of creation is kept. And what God was deliberating there is to create another being that will represent him in one of his constituencies. There are realms beyond creation.